Glad to have you join us. I am Salamatu Lukman Mohammed. Nigeria joins the global community to mark World Engineering Day, observed every 4th of March, to highlight important contributions of engineering to sustainable development and modern life. Engineers and engineering are regarded as vital in tackling risk of climate change and ensuring sustainable development. The professionals are needed to design and implement technologies that will achieve the targets set at COP21 for reduction of greenhouse gas emission and to advance the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The Supreme Court has granted some of relief sought by 12 states challenging the federal government's demonetization policy. The 7-man panel of justices, in a unanimous verdict delivered by Justice Emmanuel Ajim, ordered that the old 200 naira, 500 and 1,000 naira notes should coexist with new ones till 31st December 2023 as legal tender. Judiciary correspondent Austin Anyebe reports.
Kogi, Kaduna states were the initial plaintiffs in the matter challenging the demonetization policy of the federal government. The initial plaintiffs were later joined by additional 9 states as joinders in the matter, leading to the consolidation of the suit. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, also joined by Edo and Bayelsa states as defendants, made conditional appearance and challenged the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court to adjudicate on the matter. The defendants also challenged the legal rights of the states as plaintiffs to institute the matter. In determining the preliminary objections, the Apex Court ruled that it has the jurisdiction to hear the matter, being the suit between the federal government, of which the president is head, versus the states as the federating unit. The court frowned at the unilateral directive to CBN without consultation with the Federal Executive Council, the National Council of States, the National Economic Council, and others who are constituents in the federation as required in matters that affect citizens in a democratic government. Justice Emmanuel Ajim, who delivered a unanimous judgment, also held that the earlier 3 months period given for the 100, 500 and 1,000 naira odd notes to cease as legal tenders was not in line with the provision in the CBN Act 2007. The 7-man panel of justices frowned on the failure of one of the defendants to obey the interim order made on the 8th February 2023. To this end, the court granted all the relief sought by the plaintiffs and ordered that the all 200, 500 and 1,000 naira odd note should coexist as legal tender till 31st of December 2023 with the new naira notes.
I expect the CBN to comply. I expect the president to comply. We are a nation under law. The Supreme Court has spoken and we are bound.
As counsel to the plaintiffs and beneficiary of this judgment, we shall take steps within the confines of the law to ensure that whoever that is in contempt of court or does not comply with the Supreme Court decision is brought to book. When Supreme Court speaks, everybody in accordance with the Constitution must obey the judgment of the Supreme Court. So,
3 governors who first approached the court comment.
We are APC members. The president of Nigeria is from the APC, but we disagreed with him on this policy and its implementation.
This particular decision today has proven that Nigerian law is a respecter of no one.
The verdict foreclosed the initial issues surrounding the demonetization policy of the government, as well as pointing out that the CBN, as an agent of the federal government, does not need to be a joinder in the matter. From the Supreme Court, Austin Anyebe, NTA News.
7 states that approached the Supreme Court to nullify the election victory of the president-elect Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress, APC, have withdrawn their suit. The states are Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, Taraba, and Sokoto. The plaintiff, through their counsel, Mike Oze Home, San, filed a notice of discontinuance of the case. The plaintiffs had gone before the Apex Court to challenge the outcome of presidential and National Assembly election that held on February 25th, insisting that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, allegedly acted in breach of the Electoral Act 2022. Campaign Council of the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu has cautioned the opposition political parties challenging the result of the February 25, 2023 presidential election to pursue their grievances with decorum. At a media briefing in Abuja, the media team of the president-elect disclosed that a legal team has been constituted to meet the aggrieved parties in court. Salihu Gwanara reports.
The announcement and presentation of certificate of return to Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president-elect by the Independent National Electoral Commission has generated reactions from the camp of the first and second runner-up, who resolved to take legal action. The winning team appealed to the aggrieved parties to, in the spirit of sportsmanship, demonstrate the political will and encourage their members and supporters to follow the path of the rule of law.
The claim that INEC did not use beavers is patently false. Those who voted across Nigeria, including Atiku and Obi, were accredited by beavers. The process of transmitting results from polling units, whether real time, 2 days later, or at any time, for that matter, cannot in any way change the results that have been announced right after the counting in the presence of the party's agents and to the hearing of the voters at each polling unit.
That we are also going to be filing a cross petition to cancel the votes of Labour Party in virtually almost all the states in the southeast.
This mandate was given by 8 million Nigerian citizens, born free, freely gave their, almost 9, freely gave their mandate. Are we to be pushed around? Are we to be told that we're insignificant? Are we not Nigerians as well? We will go to court. We will defeat them in court. We will defend our mandate.
The president-elect, the team said, has reactivated post-election reconciliation team in line with his agenda of presiding over a united country. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
In a region rife with undemocratic change of governments, Nigeria's Africa's largest democracy has successfully conducted its 7th general election since 1999. As usual, there are winners and losers, but the big lesson is the continuous call by displeased parties for peace and calmness. And Ekene Ndulue reports.
Nigeria's 2023 general election is easily defined by analysts and observers as the most keenly contested in the nation's recent history. Surprises were sprung, with underdogs winning in unlikely places and candidates losing in their perceived strongholds. Even in this upset, some remain upset. The obedient supporters of Mr. Peter Obi, for instance, are challenging the process that saw their candidates come third in the presidential election, amid palpable tension that comes with rejection of the results by both the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party. Dati Baba Ahmed, the vice presidential candidate of Labour Party, is suing for peace. He says violence is not an option.
Anybody waiting to hear call to arms from ourselves will never hear it. We're peaceful people. He will never hear. Anybody who wishes to change what we are saying, what I am saying is welcome to try it. I will never call for violence. I will continue to say that democracy belongs to the people who can practice it. Good governance belongs to the people who can demand it. Dividends of democracy belong to those who can take it.
It is an attitude that has ensured peace and calm in the nation, one that many analysts believe should be emulated by other African states to preserve democracy in the region. Ekene Ndulwe, NTA News.
Ziboyeru, sir, you're welcome to our studio.
Thank you very much, and I'm happy to be in this very old studio that we have been coming since we were kids.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now, the Presidential and National Assembly election has come and gone. What lesson do you think Nigerians should learn from this exercise?
Well, there are so many lessons really to be learned from the just concluded Presidential and National Assembly elections held. I think one and the most important is that we have seen the enthusiasm of the electorates. Because here in Kaduna, even people saying that there were voter apathy, but we have not seen that. Because when you want to really judge an election, the parameter you use, the yardstick you will use is to see the conduct of the people, how they come out. Are they really the true voters? Now we have true voters coming out. Unlike those years that we used to have people that will go there to disturb the voting process, to snatch boxes and to do. But here we have seen true voters. We have seen the accreditation going on very, very smoothly, and we have seen the agents of the political parties, the representatives of the candidates themselves, really going there, really to be like friends and then working for the nation. And we have seen the conduct of the electoral officers that were there to man the elections. So we have seen that. Only that in some places we have had cases, though we have just had them over the social media, not from conventional media houses like yours. So we have one or two cases of electoral malpractice, and I think the security were able to handle those ones adequately to the extent that not everybody has heard of that. But so by and large, the election within Kaduna really is something really to be commended, and we hope really this will be will continue. So the other grievances that people have, those ones are for the politicians, but within the context of the performance of the electorates and the performance of INEC and the performance of the security agencies that were involved and other supportive agencies that were there to help in the smooth conduct of the election, they have done very well, and I think we the citizens too have done very well. So I think Kaduna really is a case of applause. We really should applaud ourselves, and we really should appreciate ourselves. And the security agencies and the electoral empire now should just use that one as a lesson, because we are looking at the aftermath of the election. So the next election that is coming, we will expect that the electoral empire will now take what they have seen and the areas where there were lapses. Some of the lapses that we have seen were just maybe late reporting by the electoral officers, because my area too was affected. So we have to drive our car to go to the distribution center. They gave us an explanation that we accepted. And the explanation is that they don't have adequate security personnel that will accompany the materials to the site. So it means that now INEC will have to take care of this, that they need to really, before the day of the election, have every security that will accompany such kind of materials to the site ready for it. So by the time they come, it's just to show them that you are taking number 45, you are taking number 20, you are taking number 10, and then proceed to the place of work. And we will say that I expect that INEC and the various agencies of government should be commending areas where they have really shown high degree of discipline and compliance with the rule of law.
Okay, you've said so much, but for those that lost the election, what is expected of them?
Well, if you lose an election, what is expected of you is to verify. Verify and then find out why did you lose the election. If there are some infringes, some places, it is very, very adequate, it is patriotic, it is nationalistic to really take the matter forward so that corrections will be made. And I think what we were used to in Nigeria is that any person that is aggrieved will feel that he will take the law into his hands. And then that is what we will really talk about. That's the most important thing. Because there is never time that an election will come and then the aggrieved parties will not really complain. So if they have complained, we have various channels where the rule of law will be respected, where the legal processes are there laid for you to pursue. So if you are really aggrieved, the best thing you do is to show patriotism, is to show the love of your country, is to appreciate those people that came out and vote for you. You understand? Because most of the people that would now go after or outside these legal processes are selfish people. They are not meant, they are not fit to come and they rule over people. They are not fit to be in charge of public affairs. So if you want to be in charge, or you want to be responsible in public matters, then it is expected that you should be a law-abiding citizen. And the law-abiding here is that you should take your case before the legal court. And people that, if you are maybe in the winning side, and then somebody from the opposition takes you to court, please applaud that person, respect him, because he is doing his things within the confines of the law. And that is what is expected of every Nigerian.
All
and that will help INEC, that will help Nigerians to correct the mistakes that were made.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
For coming. I've been speaking with Malam Musa Zubairu, a political analyst. Moving on, the federal government has charged the newly commissioned officers of the Nigerian Correctional Service to be firm and courageous in the discharge of their duties. Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesola gave the charge while addressing the officers during the personal parade of 28 ASC Basic Course Batch E of the Correctional Service College in Kaduna. Dauda Muhammad tells us more.
The personal parade of Assistant Superintendents of Correctional Service coincided with the unveiling of new service uniform since after change of name from Nigerian Prison Service to Nigerian Correctional Service. The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, urged the officers to serve the nation to the best of their ability and ensure inmates are returned to the society as better persons.
The measures we have put in place to secure our facilities too are yielding results. So I can tell you that, confidently so, that we are up to it. We are sure that attacks and possibilities of any escape of those in our custody will be greatly minimized.
117 cadet officers injected into the system. The service is expected to improve on the core mandate of reforming inmates. Dauda Mohammed, NTA News.
All is set for the commencement of work on the Wateri irrigation project expansion in Kano State. The project, to be executed over a period of 2 years, is expected to provide direct opportunity for all year-round crop production to at least 4,000 farmers. Abdullahi Mustafa tells us more.
Wateri, the third largest dam in Kano State, supplies potable water to at least 10 local government areas. Also attached to it is 964 hectares of land being cultivated all year round, thereby creating direct and indirect jobs to thousands of people in Bagwai and neighboring communities. After expending 340 million naira on the rehabilitation of the previously damaged irrigation infrastructure, Kano State Agri-Pastoral Development Project has earmarked another 2 billion naira to expand the irrigation area with additional 1,006 hectares. All is now set for the commencement of work with the handover of the site to contractors.
We are hoping the contractors will mobilize their resources, their machineries, and commence the implementation of this contract. The contract is for 15 months.
The expansion of the irrigation space by more than 100% is expected to turn around the economic fortunes of communities around Wateri through increased crops production and job creation. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
Sports update is next.